and I want to give you an idea of what a webinar is like and what you're signing up for when you join the Personal Success membership program. So a webinar is a lot like joining a live meeting online. I'll be sharing a presentation and I'll be recording it. So this is actually what you're listening to and watching right now is a recorded webinar. So if you ever can't make a live webinar, this is what your experience is going to be like. In terms of a live webinar, the difference is you'll be able to ask some questions, I'll be able to respond to you, you'll be able to use the chat room and things like that. So I'm going to give you a quick tour so you know what the experience is like. Now, if you have any questions whatsoever about this and you want to know more, be sure and just send me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so what happens in this room, I'll give you a quick tour. In the upper left corner, you're going to see the slides that I'm sharing, and I share those out to a Google Drive so that the members have access to all of those slides after the fact if they want to review them later or make some notes on them and things like that. To the right, you're going to see in the upper right corner, you're actually going to see a video of me, or you're going to see a little picture. They call it an avatar. You can actually set your own too, so you can see my picture there. And then just below that are the controls for your audio. So if you want your mic to be muted or on or off, and if you want to set an avatar or have your video camera working on your own computer. And then to the right of that, you can see the mode, and it says listen only right now. But if this was an actual live webinar, I'd change this to Q&A mode. And so that way, anytime that you want to ask a question, I can see your hand go up and I'll pause to take questions at the appropriate point. So below that, you see the attendee list. You can see I'm the presenter. It's got a little title associated with it. If you go down to the bottom right-hand corner of the room, you can see this little smiley face icon. And this is your ability to let me know what's going on with you while you're on mute because I'm talking. And you can raise your hand to ask a question. You can say, I agree with you. That's basically the head nod. You can say you disagree, that you have a challenge or a question there. If you need me to speak up a little louder, you can hit that little plus on the microphone, or, oh my gosh, she's way too loud. You can hit that minus on the softer. And then finally, if there's some kind of challenge that you have, we have the little life preserver there that says, I need assistance. And that way I know to check on you and make sure you're doing okay. And then, of course, you can always clear your status once your issue's been resolved, etc. And then finally, to the left of that, in the lower left corner, is the chat room. And so I can type in there and I can say, hello, how's everybody doing? It'll send that message out to everyone. And you can respond. If I ask a general question and it's not in a survey or something like that, then you can put your comments and responses here while I'm continuing to go on. And we want to have as much interaction between the audience members as possible. It makes it far more interesting for me as a presenter, but also for you as a participant as well. So I've got just a few slides here talking about what is coaching. So if you've never worked with a coach before, it's basically a partnership between a coach and the client. That's what we call you. And we're working together to achieve your goals. So we like to create some awareness about what you like, what you don't like, how important it is, where does this fit in your other priorities, and so on. And then really, I'm going to be both cheerleader and accountability partner. So good job not eating that cake. And, you know, okay, so you had a piece of cake. What are we going to do about it? You know, maybe it means that we're going to have a couple more miles in the plan for your exercise that week, etc. And so if you ever want to try a sample session and find out what that's like, you can let me know by contacting me. So the next thing is a webinar. It's a little description here, but it's like a live class, but it's held online. All you need is your computer or your smartphone and a pair of headphones that have a microphone, like those that come with like your iPhone or something. That way you can ask questions and we can actually understand you because of the microphone. And if you're in a cubicle environment or something like that, it keeps some of that background noise out so that we can hear you properly and you can hear us properly. Okay? So sometimes people say, well, where are they? Well, they're anywhere you are. All you have to do is join online. It's through a browser, so you don't need to be in a particular place or a particular time. You just need to make sure you have an internet connection. Okay? If you want, you can also, if you think that your connection's a little poor, you can always dial in and listen on a regular telephone landline if you prefer, or a mobile line. Okay? So, do you want to try it before you buy it? Probably. And so, all you have to do if you want to try it is I can give you a special key, because people who are not members are not invited to those events. And so, if you'd like to try it, we'll give you a special key so you can find out if this is for you. And then finally, we want to ask you some homework. This is the end of every webinar. We give out homework because coaching isn't entertainment. It's actually about moving forward. And so we give homework so that you're taking action. And you need to ask yourself, is this the right format for me? You know, maybe you want more one-on-one attention, more accountability, and community is less important to you. And maybe you want to sign up for coaching one-on-one. Or if you like the camaraderie and the community of a support group, or you want to build your network with people who work all over the world in all different companies and industries, this kind of webinar activity might be really good for you, because you might be able to reach out to some of your fellow classmates one-on-one to get to know them a little bit better. And then finally, do you like the flexibility of a recorded session? Because you can listen to this replay anytime you want. All you have to do is go out to the Google Drive and download it if you missed the live meeting. So that's part of your homework. Think through that. Decide if that's true for you. And if you want to know what the offerings are, right now we've got a special where the first 50 to enroll in the program get a 50% discount. Normally I charge $400 for one-on-one coaching. That gets you 2 45-minute sessions a month, and that's a real competitive rate. But for this webinar program, we're giving a killer deal where we're letting you do 30 webinars, monthly networking with all your peers, monthly coaching office hours. Lots of people say, well, what's coaching office hours? Well, it's kind of like when you drop in to see your professor in art history class 101, and they would be in their office on Mondays from 3 to 5. Well, it's a little bit like that, and you can get coaching on demand during those hours. Or if you need specific advice about a leadership challenge or something like that, we'll poll the group and find out what's of interest, and we'll do that live at those meetings. So that's what your membership includes. It's a great deal. It's about the price of a latte and a scone each week. So it's a great way to grow your own personal development at a really modest rate, and still be able to have an edge or grow, all of that. So when are they offered? Our live sessions meet most Tuesdays at 9 a.m. We have a few where we're taking the last week off for good behavior. The networking and office hours meet once monthly, so that kind of khaki color there indicates one of those meetings, and the coaching one is the other. And so that's really easy to schedule in as a recurring meeting. But again, if you have any questions, just email me, shawnacorden@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. So finally, here's my contact information again. If you want to check out the website, we'd love to have you play around out there and find out a little bit more about me and what you're getting into, and how popular this has been in the past. So thanks a lot. Thanks for letting me give you a sample webinar, and take care. Bye-bye.